Good morning, meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with a tropical update for Sunday, August 28, 2011. Well, we have Hurricane Irene making its way now across New York City and Long Island, well, the center. The worst of the weather is to the northeast of the center of circulation and to the north, which is really affecting New York State and New England with a lot of heavy rainfall. And again, what I was saying a few days ago, Irene's going to be more known for her flooding than her wind. And I think that's going to be the case here once we analyze post-storm analysis and see all the ongoing flooding. And then the river flooding as well. Some of these rivers aren't going to reach flood stage for a few days. So we're going to see a lot of flooding out of this system. That's what Irene's going to be known for, not for her winds. A lot of people are downplaying this system because it's weakened and the winds aren't as strong. But remember, flooding is one of our worst for deaths across the United States. Flooding is right up there, so got to be aware of that with this system. Anyway, Hurricane Irene made a second landfall near Little Egg Inlet, New Jersey at 5:35 this morning. So right now at 8 a.m. it's moving right along the Jersey coast here, getting ready to get into New York City and western Long Island. That's the center. Maximum sustained winds still 75. Hard to see any hurricane force winds at all left with this system. Strongest winds are to the, like I said, to the east of the center. I'm looking at some wind gusts across Long Island and then moving into Rhode Island and Connecticut. Anywhere from about 50, 55, some 60, 65 gusts. Haven't seen any hurricane force gusts in a long time with this system. And those stronger winds will move up into Massachusetts later this morning and then into New England. Most people will be on the order of about that 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts, and with all the rainfall that could bring down some trees, which then again could bring down some power lines, so we could still see some power outages today. Looking at the visible picture this morning, just a beautiful big system. I mean, even though the system's weakened, the size of it is just enormous, and all of that rainfall across New York State and New England just piling up the water. Some storm surge across Long Island today, this morning, probably in the order of about 3 to 4 feet. And then again across Rhode Island and the Cape, again about 3, 4, 5 foot surge. High tide is about now, so this will be your biggest water rise as far as storm surge goes, and then it'll start coming down from there later this morning. We got a lot of drier air that worked into the system, so if you look at the southern and western extent, it's really dried out here, which is good news for New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania. It's really shut off the rainfall. We do have one last band here moving across the DC, and probably will move into the Baltimore area later this morning, but this really has dried it out, so that's good news for them. If we look at the radar this morning, you can see that drier slot here across eastern PA and New Jersey. So good news from them. We got this one last back band here moving across DC that could move up into Baltimore, maybe into Philadelphia later this morning, just to exacerbate the flooding issues there. But this is all that rainfall I was talking about. Just look at this throughout New England and New York State, and this is where we could see some really big flooding issues here in the next few days, especially, like I said, with those rivers. They will not reach flood stage for a few days, and we should see a lot of reports coming. And this is where the strongest gusts are right now. Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island. I've seen gusts 50 to 50 miles per 50 to 55, some 60 to 65 in here. And these stronger winds will move up into Massachusetts later this morning and then into the rest of New England. Like I said, in the order of about 30, 40, 50 mile per hour gusts up in here. Rainfall amounts for the next couple days, you can see this is on top of what has already been falling, and you can see 6, 7 inches possible here across eastern New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, western Massachusetts. So again, there could be some big flooding issues in this region with Hurricane Irene. Well, that's about it with Hurricane Irene. What else do we have out there? You know, we got to keep looking ahead, and of course there is more action out there, unfortunately. First thing is Tropical Storm Jose. You're probably wondering, where did this guy come from? I'm wondering it as well. Wait till you see the satellite view on this thing. I was thinking this could be some kind of joke this morning. And, well, here it is. This is the official forecast track. It's going to dissipate in a day or two. Bermuda's under a tropical storm warning. I'm not sure they'll even get a breeze out of this. And then if you look at the satellite loop, the National Hurricane Center is saying convection has enough deep convection around the center to name this system. This is a joke, right? I was just shocked. It's a little swirl of clouds, but what's happening is Irene's outflow is really hitting this with northerly and northeasterly shear. So there's no way this is even going to stick around for long. I'm just shocked they named it. But anyway, there's Jose, and there it goes. That's all I have to say about that. What else we have out there? Well, what we're going to be watching this week, we have another one of our Cape Verde systems. It's right out here. They're giving it 40% chance of development in the National Hurricane Center in the next couple days. This is now named Invest 92L, and we'll start tracking this one with model runs and so forth. And this could be the next one to possibly affect the east coast of the United States after Labor Day. So we have a long time to watch it. Another one we'll be watching for about 7 to 10 days as it makes the trek. And here it is, right off the coast here. We put this loop into motion. It's in that prime area just south of the Cape Verde Islands. Big envelope of convection. This one's probably on its way to becoming Katia. That'll be our next system. That's the K storm. This was actually Tropical Depression 10, which actually has more convection than Jose this morning. Just thought I'd point that out, but it does. But anyway, this is going to be the one to watch. Long time to watch it. As you remember with Irene, we had a long time. And where I think it may be going, well, that's interesting. This one is not as clear-cut as I was very concise with Irene. I mean, a week out, I was saying it was coming towards the United States. It's going to get close to Florida. It's going to get close to the East Coast. The pattern was there. The models were really in good line. This one's a little cloudier in a sense, and I'll show you why. But anyway, here's the first part of the model runs, early runs. Again, most of them are now taking it north of the islands, but we can't set that in stone by no means right now. This is very early, and you know how that goes. Reason why they are showing that this could move north of the islands, and I'll show you this in a minute. There's a little fly in the ointment. Saharan air layer, pretty much non-existent, not much at all. We've seen MJO come back, although MJO is now going to leave us again. But there's not that big, dry, stable air mass across the eastern and central U.S. like we had about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So this is going to be on its way, and shear values look very good in this area out ahead of it. So this one's going to be on its way to start developing. Probably see a tropical system here probably by the middle to the end of the week. I'm pretty sure of that. Alright, model runs. This is the Euro model, 10 days out. This would be September 7th, a few days after Labor Day, and here it is. Just east of the Bahamas. And this is where, will it go straight west? Will it come up the coast? Still unsure about that right now. The GFS, on the other hand, here it is, developing our system. Now the fly in the ointment, let me get back to this this run here in a minute here. Let's turn this back. So here we go, developing our system this week. Like I said, probably by the middle of the week we'll see a system here. And then we have this low pressure system developing near the Bahamas. Could be tropical, could be not. And that creates a little weakness that the GFS finds and moves it up towards the Bahamas. I mean Bermuda. I'm getting my B names wrong. So that's the fly in the ointment, and that's what's really going to try to push this system to the north of the islands. Now, of course, if this does not develop or is not as strong, we could find this system moving farther west because high pressure is really going to be in control up here. If you look at the comparison, this is 10 days away, the 7 to 10 day 500 millibar height. Euro here, I mean this kind of a look to the 500 millibars would you would think this storm's going to move farther west, and the Euro does find it moving farther west. The GFS does have that little bit of a troughiness here with that little low pressure system that does form near the Bahamas and Bermuda. There I go again, boy, it's been a long week. Bermuda, and then tries to bring it up this way. So a lot of ifs with this forecast yet, and I this far out I couldn't tell you which one it's going to happen. The gut says it comes closer to the United States again. So we'll just put that out there. As far as the islands, again, don't know yet at all. But this is going to be one we're going to be watching this week. Stay tuned to me. I will be having my updates. Usually try to put them out there every day or every other day. You can follow me on Facebook. It's Robert, ACANFRIO. And you can see my blog on weatherunderground.com. Have a good Sunday and take care.